whatever you do in private, that's your business. I don't care what you do. Nobody should care. I don't want to see it. But when it comes to children, why do the children have to suffer? Why do the kids have to be looking up at somebody's butt? It's cold outside. That girl had on booty shorts. My friend Betty Collins, she's seen it. I told her, I says, look, I went over there and I says, look, my son was outside waiting on me. I said, look at that. I said, look at that. Look, this lady has on booty shorts. Or whatever you want to call them, who cares? Everything's out. The whole everything. I mean, ain't you cold? I mean, I'm at loss of words again. There are children watching. Don't anybody think about what kind of impression they're making, or even right now, whoever's watching is gonna say, "They ain't my kids. That's not my problem. They're not my kids. People need to take care of their kids. That ain't got nothing to do with me." It's got everything to do with you. You're outside in public. Once you leave your house in the comfort of your privacy, everything you do outside got to do with everybody. I mean, if it's showing little children your butt because you got on a skirt that you can't even bend over in, you better not. Good God. I mean, why my friend said, well, she trying to get a date well, I don't care what she's trying to do. She's disgusting. I mean, it's disgusting. I just had to say it. I know I've said it a few times, but I just seen it yesterday again. There's still snow outside. You can't wait to show your butt off, isn't it? No, I'm not jealous or envious. I would never want to show my butt off. I wouldn't care if I had the best shape and the best body. You will never. Are you serious? It's none of your business what's under my clothes. None of your business. And these people nobody's even asking them to show them anything. They're just walking around showing everything off. In the 60s, I remember girls wearing hot pants. I was a little girl. I was below the knee. I didn't appreciate looking up and seeing nobody's butt. But the only thing is, in the 60s, when I was a little girl and all the older women and the teenage girls, some of them, I don't remember any teenage girls doing it because, I don't know, maybe girls in their 20s, college girls or whatever, my mother, she had some, but she had on stockings. She had stockings on. She didn't just run around with her legs out and her butt hanging out. And it doesn't matter what time it was. It was no different time. There was a bunch of people walking around with their butt out and mini skirts and everything. And my mother, she wore stuff, but she wore stockings. She'd just be walking around like, what was that? She didn't just walk around like some old nasty thing. Yeah, she dressed hot. She dressed nice, and she looked good in it. She looked good in it. But she always had on stockings. I don't know how she walked around without. What was that? Oh, it's what in the world? What? A skateboarder on a roof? Okay. I don't know what this is I built, but skateboarders on the roof. What? Okay, so anyhow, I just wanted to voice my opinion on that again. Of course, nobody's going to listen. Maybe a few will. Hopefully somebody will hear it. What I'm really trying to say is not about going against anybody, but you can look at it that way if you want, because I really don't care. All I care about is the kids. That's what I care about, the kids. I remember doing that when I was not like that, but when I used to play in the woods in Alabama and go hide out there, and plus you can breathe good in the woods when it's hot, and I never had an asthma attack because of all those trees. Never. And there were sometimes there would be stones if I had needed to cross the water. I didn't jump around it, though. But I did, there were little logs, not long logs, like somebody put it there. No, just broken pieces here and there. And that's how it would cross over the creek. Yeah, but not jumping. I just walked across the creek. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. I remember that. That was a beautiful time. That was beautiful. None of my friends, none of my neighborhood. Is that grandma? Grandma having a little picnic with her little grandbaby. That's sweet. Ain't that sweet? But anyway, yeah, I don't approve of it. And somebody saying, who cares what she approves of? Well, I think that the Father in heaven that made the moon and the stars and love, I believe he cares about who's showing their butt to the little children. I mean, women sitting down. I remember when I was little and some lady, like she didn't care about us kids, and she was trying to impress some lady's husband right in front of us. Like, people do things, like I said, and they think that the kids are not watching or they don't care. I don't know if you just don't care, but you should care. You really should start caring about it. You walk around doing nasty stuff in front of kids and saying they didn't know nothing what we doing. Yes, they do. They watching everything. When I was little, I was very nosy. And I saw everything people were doing. I was watching those grown people. I was real nosy. So that's how I know. That's how I know. That's why I'm telling all this.